and livelihoods. I now leave you with this feature. My name is Fatia Mohammed Noor. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.
In the heart of Kenya's Mau Forest, a community known as the Ogiek is fighting to protect the environment they've cherished for generations.
You cannot separate the Ogiek and the forest. As you could see, even as we travel through part of Mau Forest, you could see that kind of affinity and livelihood with the Ogiek. You could see the beehives, the water, the clean water within the forest, and also the kind of trees, the herbs which they enjoy within this particular forest. And for sure, you can see for yourself the many years the conservation has taken place. And you could see even some of the trees are fallen down. There's a circle, and right now they become humus, and it will change to help in growing biodiversity. So the connection with this forest is long. Maybe we cannot really say how long, but because from our great-grandparents, we have realized they have lived in this forest for all these years.
So mali tulipo sasa majina inaitwa Magejat. Ndio sasa tukianza kutoka hapo tukiendelea mbele hapa ndio Magejat. So kwa hivyo kuhusu hii msinga ambapo iko karibu mita 35 kwenda juu ni msinga ambaye iliwekwa na jamii Ogiek, ambapo kasi yao kwingi ni kwamba wanapenda hii misinga kwa sababu ni chakula kwa watoto wao na pia hata kwa wananchi kwa jumla. Na asali ya saa iko na kasi nyingi. Na huu mti ambao unaona jamii Ogiek hapana panda vile ilinavyomea peke yake. Kuna miti zingine ambayo inawekelewa ndio mtu apande pole mpaka afikie katika ule mti ili kusudi aitoe asali kwa njia ya urahisi sana. Na vile sasa unaangalia ile miti ambayo imewekwa kando ni ile imewekwa kinga ili kusudi ile msinga ipate nafasi nzuri ya kukikalio ili kusudi mtu mwenye anaitoa asali asiweze kutingizika.
The Ogiek have lived in harmony with these forests for centuries, their livelihood intertwined with the delicate ecosystem. But the Mau Forest is facing grave threats as encroachment and illegal activities erode its health.
For the Ogiek, we have said we want to coexist, we want to be part and parcel of conservation, and we consider Mau Forest Complex as the ancestral home of the Ogiek community. That's why we feel maybe, as even the president we heard the other day saying is giving Amboseli to the Maasai of Kajiado, maybe it is high time also he make a declaration that Mau Forest belongs to the Ogiek community. And then we can be able to protect the same forest for posterity. Because we don't want our children to come and say, where is the forest you were talking about?
The Ogiek are taking matters into their own hands, actively engaging in reforestation projects to restore their beloved forest. Beyond conservation, the Ogiek are also fighting to secure their land rights, a battle that has spanned generations.
Msitu na jamii Ogiek ni kitu moja. Maanake jamii Ogiek hawezi ishi bila msitu. Na ili msitu iweze kuwa ya manufaa kwao, walikuwa wakati hasa ukijaribu kuangalia, kwa sababu kama pengine mahali tumepita umeangalia misinga. Sile misinga unakuta wazee wanaweka juu zaidi. So kwa njia moja unaweza pata miti nzuri sana ambayo inafaa kuwekwa msinga. Lakini kwa sababu ya umbali wake pengine unaweza sema uangushe. Lakini hao wazee hawakufanya hivyo. Walichukua zile makamba za msitu na kuifunga hiyo miti wakitengenezanga ngazi za kwenda mpaka juu. So hiyo ni njia moja ambayo inaonyesha ya kwamba hawa watu wanajali ile msitu. One thing is that the traditional method of conservation is one when you put your beehives in the forest. One, you don't want that forest to get burned. We don't want people to cut down trees because otherwise you will not get pollen for the beehives, for the bees. So later on, then your livelihood is already under threat. So one great thing is that they protect it. One other thing is that they get medicine from the same forest. If you destroy or cut down or burn, then you are not able to get fruits, berries, wild berries, as well as herbal medicine. So it is something which is inbuilt, or rather you are inborn, that you must protect the same forest.
In October 2009, the Kenya Forestry Service ordered the eviction of the Ogiek community from the Mau Forest within 30 days. The government knew that the Ogieks had occupied land in the Mau Forest since time immemorial. However, they refused to recognize them as an indigenous population that needed to be protected.
Because of this encroachment of agriculture, we realized some of the communities who are majorly agricultural communities, they have encroached to Mau Forest complex for more land and such like. For more land, and then as they do that, they destroy. That's why Ogiek went to court, saying that if this is our land, why are we having many people coming from other areas to come and encroach, and yet we have not gone to their land, hence destroying what we call ours. The other people used to get they so-called their own reserves, but the Ogiek didn't get any. One worst is encroachment for settlement. Another one is encroachment because of agriculture. The so-called agricultural deep urge and greed by other people to get more land for agriculture is one of the greatest threats. And of course others like charcoal burning, though now with the rangers and the KWS and even the county of Narok, they are now protecting a lot. So we have seen a lot of minimized charcoal burning. But there's still also logging, what we call illegal logging, which is still there. And even you could get posts being done maybe at night by some, by some people. So this kind of is one of the issues which makes it very hard for even whoever is protecting. Because when it's done illegally, it really makes it very hard even for some of the people who are trying to protect the same forest.
A case was lodged with the African Court on Human and People's Rights in 2012, and it ordered the Kenyan government to immediately reinstate the restrictions it had imposed on land transactions in Mau Forest Complex as a provisional measure to prevent the Ogiek people from further irreparable harm.
So then they encroach. So when we went to court, up to the African Court, and then we in 2017 we got a favorable judgment, and then in 2022 again we got a reparation judgment which underscores all the issues, including reparation, including restitution to be given back our land, our customary setup, whereby we will need our own one community title so that it can help us, so that there will be no sale or no misuse, and for the sake of these people protecting their forests.
On June 2022, the African Court ordered Nairobi to pay compensation to the Ogiek for the material and moral prejudice they suffered, as well as to take necessary measures, legislative and otherwise, to identify, delimit and title Ogiek ancestral land and to grant them collective title to such land.
There was some compensation because of the challenges. Ogiek have lost their beehives, they have lost their culture, their areas of doing spiritual dealings or other prayers, and yet these areas have been destroyed. So they don't get a chance to protect or rather to do what. So these rulings should be implemented. We have been calling upon the government of Kenya, now the government of Honorable His Excellency Ruto, to fast track, because we don't want Ogiek to be seen in news, in newspapers, that they are always in court because of land. We want to develop and do what is best for our children and for the future of other communities.
KTN News team got the privilege of hiking alongside the Ogiek in their natural habitat, witnessing their determination firsthand.
What do you saw about our nature walk is one of the issues we are inculcating
something in the minds of the young and the old and the women, so that they can appreciate this forest. They can appreciate that we should protect this forest. When somebody doesn't see the destruction sometime, you have not seen some posts which have been cut down, you will feel bad. But when you have not seen, they say, well, why are you talking about it? And then again, we have community scouts, some of the members of the community. They are not paid. We only support them with some tokens. And they are continuously protected. And they are working closely with the forest rangers, even with the county government of Narok, county government of Nakuru, and others. And we are working closely with them. And this is the only way we can ensure that. And then, of course, we are working with youths. You could see amidst some of the youths, they even sing songs in praise of protection and conservation of this forest.
While some parts of the forest thrive, others bear the scars of human activities. It's a reminder of the urgent need for action.
Tunafunza watoto yetu, tukiona miti ameanguka tupande miti ingine hapo, kwa sababu tunataka hii hewa ya msitu. Tunafunza watoto yetu tukiwa jamii ya Ogiek, kwa sababu hii msitu ndio kasi yote, mali yetu ni hapa ndani ya msitu.
Hiyo nyuki, hiyo asali huwa inatengenezwa, ile miti ni dawa au muratina kwa wazee wakati ya watoto wanapofanya tuara kadhaa kwa vijana kwa wakati kama huu. Na hata hapo zamani pia walikuwa wakifanya hivyo. Kwa hivyo asali iko na kasi nyingi, na pia asali pia ni dawa kwa wale watu ambao hawajaitumia asali.
The Ogiek are gearing up to make their voices heard at the African Climate Summit, advocating for both their forest and the planet.
Basi ombi ambaye ameomba director Mr. Daniel Kobei ni kwamba awapatie jamii, aweze kuwanulia jamii mashini ya kuweza kuchunga zile asali, ili kusudi wakiuza ni ile asali piwa ambapo hakuna kitu kingine ndani.
Well, we anticipate to be there, so that we can maybe get a chance to tell the world that let's not make this climate issue a political issue. Let's make it very realistic and very pragmatic. Not something we talk about it just to please the world or those who are going to contribute towards climate change. Because I think that most of the people are coming there for political reasons. I've been skeptical unless some key issues, including that of Ogiek, is dealt with. Otherwise, Mau will still being destroyed in other areas. The other day when the people were in Sharm el-Sheikh, they talked about loss and damage. And we want to see that happening. We don't want to hear stories. We want things being done, even by our government.
For KTN News, I'm Dennis Aseto.